The film introduces us to the protagonist, Asian Hawk played by Jackie Chan. He's a legendary adventurer, part treasure hunter, part martial artist, and full-time daredevil. Hawk is known for tracking down rare artifacts across the globe and selling them to collectors, always finding himself in situations that are equal parts dangerous and comical. The opening scene sets the tone right away. In the African desert, Hawk steals a mysterious relic from a tribe. He's immediately chased by armed warriors, but his quick reflexes and unmatched agility save him. With daring leaps, creative stunts, and improvised use of weapons, he outsmarts his pursuers and escapes with the prize, one piece of the legendary Armour of God. The Armour of God is no ordinary relic. According to legend, it once belonged to medieval crusaders. Each piece is said to hold divine power, making the full set immensely valuable. Over the centuries, the armor was scattered around the world. Now, not only collectors, but also a dangerous religious cult seeks to gather all the pieces in order to gain ultimate influence and power. Back in Europe, Hawk crosses paths with his old friend Alan. Years ago, they both had feelings for the same woman, Lorelei Laura, but she chose Alan. Despite the past tension, their friendship remained intact. Unfortunately, Lorelei is now kidnapped by the sinister cult. The cult delivers an ultimatum. Hawk and Alan must deliver the missing pieces of the Armour of God if they want Lorelei to live. Reluctantly, the two men agree to embark on this dangerous mission. Joining them is May, a spirited and lively young woman. She brings humor and light-heartedness to the story, often creating comic relief in tense moments. The trio begins their quest across Europe to retrieve the missing relics. Their first stop is a black market auction, where one of the armor's pieces is being sold. Things quickly spiral out of control when rival buyers and hired thugs intervene. Hawk uses his signature fighting style, not just fists and kicks, but also chairs, tables, bottles, and whatever else is within reach. His acrobatic kung fu turns the chaotic brawl into an action comedy spectacle. Next, they travel to a monastery where another fragment of the armor is kept. The monks warn that the relics carry a curse and could bring disaster if misused. But Hawk and his friends have no choice. Lorelei's life depends on completing the mission. Inside the monastery, Hawk faces an army of attackers. What follows is one of the film's standout sequences. He vaults across columns, slides along rooftops, and fends off multiple enemies at once. Jackie Chan's trademark style shines here. Every fight is both a display of skill and a moment of inventive slapstick. As they gather more pieces of the armor, the heroes finally locate the cult's stronghold, a gothic castle filled with traps, secret passages, and torchlit chambers. The atmosphere shifts into darker territory, echoing classic adventure films. Lorelei is held captive deep inside, while the cult prepares a ritual to use the armor's supposed power. The final act of the movie is an explosion of action. Hawk faces wave after wave of cult warriors, battling them in grand halls and dungeons. The choreography is breathtaking. He swings from chains, flips over statues, and even turns furniture into weapons. Surrounded and outnumbered, he constantly adapts, turning every object in sight into part of the fight. Alan shows surprising courage during these battles, stepping out of Hawk's shadow to help rescue Lorelei. May, though not a fighter, adds chaos and distraction, tipping the scales in their favor with her comic missteps and bursts of bravery. At last, Hawk confronts the cult's most formidable fighters. The duel is intense and nearly fatal, showcasing Chan's relentless creativity in action design. Against the odds, Hawk triumphs, frees Lorelei, and defeats the cult leaders. With the cult destroyed and Lorelei safe, the heroes make their escape. Despite the danger, the tone lightens again. Hawk, Alan, Lorelei, and May share smiles and laughter, knowing they have survived an adventure that could easily have been their last. Hawk looks toward the horizon, hinting that more adventures await. Significance of the film Armour of God became one of Jackie Chan's most iconic films of the 1980s. Chan not only starred in it, but also directed and choreographed the action sequences. The movie nearly ended in tragedy during filming, when Chan suffered a life-threatening skull injury after a stunt went wrong. Still, he returned to complete the film, further cementing his reputation for a fearless dedication. The film blends martial arts, comedy, and high-stakes adventure in a way that drew comparisons to Indiana Jones, but with Chan's unique flair. Instead of relying on guns or brute force, Hawk's charm lies in improvisation, physical comedy, and breathtaking stunts. The success of Armour of God led to a sequel, Armour of God E, Operation Condor 1991, and eventually a third installment decades later. Today, the film stands as a classic, remembered for its thrilling set pieces, comedic energy, and Jackie Chan's unmatched charisma.